Back to discuss what we saw in the NBA playoffs on Thursday. So let's start there, Linda, in Philly.
Yeah, good move, Stan. Philly has been the Knicks' home away from home in this series. They hope that fan support would continue as they look to eliminate the Sixers on the Sixers' home court. This we know. We were treated to yet another classic game in this epic series. Would you believe Sixers owners actually bought tickets for this game to block Knicks fans?
Never works.
Embiid, Brunson, here we go. Jalen Brunson setting the tone so what else is new? Hits the jumper plus the foul. He hit the free throw. Knicks up 13. Later, Knicks up 12. Josh Hart. To Dante DiVincenzo, nailing a three. DiVincenzo made 3 threes in the first quarter after making just 3 threes in games 3 through 5 combined. Later, Knicks up 30-11. You heard me. Brunson back to Hart, and he splashes the three. The Knicks with a 22-point lead in the first quarter, largest by either team this series. They were up 14 after 1. Second quarter, 14-point game, Sixers down. Joel Embiid sharing to Buddy Hield beyond the arc. Unsung hero for the Sixers. 6 of 10 from the field, 20 points for Hield. Tobias Harris inside to Embiid. Joel Embiid, 12 of 25 from the field. Sixers within 5. Embiid pumping up the crowd. Tyrese Maxey kicking it to Kelly Oubre Jr. Nailing the three. What? Philly comes back and they take their first lead. Under 15 seconds left in the half. Sixers up 2. Hield fires a three. Buddy Hield had just 2 points in the first 5 games of the series. He had 17 points in the second quarter of game 6. Sixers up 3 at the half after trailing by 22. Early third, Sixers up 4. Tyrese Maxey gets it to Embiid. The deep three, and I mean deep. Embiid was 2 of 5 from three-point range. Later, Sixers up 7. Jalen Brunson gets double-teamed. Maxey tips the pass. Sixers get it. Maxey runs the break. Pulls up from 3 and nails it. 6 of 18 from the field from Maxey. Sixers up 10, their largest lead of the game, but it's a 3-point game. Knicks down, or Brunson driving hits the layup. Knicks down 4 now. Under a minute left in the quarter, Knicks down 3. DiVincenzo, no. Hart gets the rebound, kicking it to OG Anunoby. He nails it. We're tied at 83 after 3, but a big bucket. Fourth quarter now, tied at 95. Jalen Brunson nailing the three. Brunson averaging 35.5 points per game in this series. Knicks up 3. Next Knicks possession. DiVincenzo finding Brunson. Another 3. Jalen Brunson 3 of 8 from three-point range. His 4th straight 30-point game so far. DiVincenzo finds Anunoby. I mean, can you believe that monster dunk? And the foul on Embiid. What a dunk. Knicks up 8. Under 2 minutes to go. Sixers down 5. Here they come. Maxey. That is a crazy bucket. Tyrese Maxey had 17 points. Tobias Harris, he can't make it. Oubre Jr. follows with a dunk. Sixers down 1. What about the fans? Nervous. Next Knicks possession. Jalen Brunson. He'll get Oubre Jr. to foul him on the flow to and 1. Jalen Brunson, 41 points, 12 assists. He missed the free throw. Next Sixers possession. Maxey. He'll get fouled by Hartenstein. They would have to review this play. You'll see why. They would review the play and call a goaltending on Hartenstein. Maxey would hit the and 1 free throw to tie this game at 111. Next Knicks possession. Brunson. Look who's wide open. Biggest bucket of the series for Josh Hart, and he's had some big ones. 3 of 5 from three-point range. Hart comes up clutch, putting the Knicks up 3, 114-111, and yeah, he is pumped. What a selling. After a Sixers basket, 15 seconds left. Knicks keeping and playing, keeping the ball away. And then Embiid fouls DiVincenzo. With that foul, Embiid goodbye with 39 points. DiVincenzo would hit 2 free throws, and then Oubre Jr. got it to Hield, who rushed his shot, and all that meant was the Knicks survive. They win the series, and they're on to the second round for the second straight season.
Going through a series like this is invaluable to them, and then there's a quick turnaround in getting ready for Indiana, so that's our challenge. But to understand in the playoffs, you know, there's high intensity, there's a lot of emotion in it, and crazy things can happen, and good and bad, and you got to be ready to handle both, and you got to keep moving forward, but you can't change your approach.
No matter what going forward, every situation is different. Obviously, this is a really big test for us, and we were able to come out on top, but going forward, you don't know what the future holds, and so it might be a different test, maybe something completely different, but this definitely helps. And obviously, we want to learn while winning. And so obviously, we're still playing, and we're going to continue to learn and get better.
All right, I'm not just saying this.
Yeah.
This was as competitive a series as there's been to open up the postseason, as just 1 point separated the teams over the course of 6 games.
It was that good.
It marks just the second best of 7 first-round series to be separated by a single point. 3 games were decided by 5 points or less, and the largest win was an 11-point Sixers victory. Here's the Sixers side of the story, Tyrese Maxey, on how tough this series was.
I think that's probably one of the closest series that I've been in my young career. So, it was tough. That was a well-fought series. I mean, hats off to them. Those guys, they made shots. They made big-time shots, and we just talked about it. Josh Hart made big-time shots game 1. He made big-time shots game 6. Got the ball at Jalen Brunson's hands at the end, and, he hit a big one.
Every single year has always been, one person comes in, and then the following year they're gone. Same thing just kept happening. Just kept happening the last few years, and this is really the first time where you got him, and obviously he's taking a step, and he was amazing. This year, one of the 10 best players in the world this year. So, and then now you finally get the chance to build around it. The group of guys that we had this year that were amazing, and I still believe that if everything went right, we had a chance. So, but everything didn't go right.
And a big 3 to seal it. Josh Hart does what Josh Hart does. 16 points, 14 rebounds, a jack of all trades. He does a little bit of everything. He can defend, he can rebound, he can score when necessary. He also had 7 assists. And they move on. It's very disappointing for the Sixers because they lose again on their home court. Yeah. And Tobias Harris was god-awful. He got 29 minutes of cardio. He should be in great shape for the offseason.
And one thing you can't blame the Knicks fans this time.
Tobias Harris, 29 minutes, Ocho, 0 points. Kyle Lowry played 13 minutes. He had 0 points. So your 2 starters gave you nothing. Yeah. Got cardio in. Also was disappointing, Nick Nurse. You see Buddy Hield gets you back in the game because at one point you start the game down, you're about 16. He gets you back in the game.
22.
Why would you not play him in the third quarter? You don't bring him in until the fourth quarter. Right. I'm confused by that move. Give the Knicks credit. The Knicks were down by 10 in the third. They battle back and they come all the way back. They tied up going to the fourth quarter and they made plays. Jalen Brunson was sensational. Some of the shots that he was making down the stretch when they absolutely had to have it to keep that separation between them and the Sixers, he made every play. But that's disappointing. First of all, Tobias Harris, and people like, and I remember I've been critical of him. Right. As much as I was of Ben Simmons, I said, bruh, what is happening is because Tobias Harris plays with Joel Embiid, he played with Ben Simmons, he played with Joel Embiid, he played with James Harden. Right. He's escaped criticism. The guy's on a max contract. Yeah. I don't give a damn if he's the third burst. Yes.
He's a maxer?
He's on a max contract. I don't give a damn if he's the third best player. He's got to play up to that contract, and he never has. And it's disappointing because they're gonna blame Joel Embiid, and Joel Embiid gave you everything that he could. 12 of 25, 13 of 13. He had 39 points. Tyrese Maxey had 17. Oubre Jr. had 17. Buddy Hield played 20 minutes, gave you 20. Nick Batum came off the bench, played 28 minutes. He gave you 16. But I'm just confused how all these years Tobias Harris has been able to escape criticism. Nobody.
Obviously, it's easy for him to escape criticism based on the teammates he has around him. When the supporting cast is that much better than you, you're able to escape the criticism despite the contract that he does have. I didn't even know he was on a max contract.
See? But you can't escape criticism when you're on a max contract. Okay, let's just say you're the third best player. How about you give me 10 points? You can't escape criticism. You gave me no points, Ocho.
Right.
You gave me none with the amount of money that you're making. Right. Kyle Lowry, we understand Kyle Lowry in his last legs, but still, you got to give me some points. He's 30. He's the fifth. If I'm not mistaken, I think Kyle Lowry is the fifth oldest player in the NBA. I think he's 38 years of age. Obviously, LeBron is the oldest at 39. But this was disappointing about the Sixers because you lost your 2 home. You can't lose these games. You got to get back to the Garden for Game 7.
Right. I mean, listen. Honestly, it was a good game. It was a good game. They were down by, if I'm not mistaken, the Knicks were up by damn near 16, almost 22,
something like that. Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah.
And the second quarter, the 76ers, to me, the 76ers dominated the second and the third quarter. And that momentum shifted. Obviously, the game of basketball being a game of runs, at some point in that third quarter, the Knicks fought their way back into the game. And from that point on, it was back and forth. It was back and forth. It was close. Jalen Brunson doing what Jalen Brunson does.
Absolutely.
Embiid playing really well with his back to the basket. Really well. And I'm not sure why they didn't double him a few times. They should have doubled Embiid and allow him to get easy points on who's the big man for the Knicks.
Hartenstein and Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah, it was either Hartenstein and Mitchell Robinson. Oh, they couldn't do nothing with him.
No.
They couldn't do nothing with him down in the post. But goddamn, Josh Hart, man, hitting that 3 with 24 seconds on the clock was so clutch. Was so clutch.
You got to live with that. They got the ball out of Jalen Brunson's hand. But I don't understand Kelly Oubre. You got a left-handed dribbler. You got help coming to your inside. You cannot let him turn the corner. You got to send him back to your help. Now you got him pinned. Okay, he lets him get around the edge. Nicholas Batum, that's his guy.
Right.
So now he's got to come. He's out of position. Hart turns, swings the ball. Oubre tries to get there late, but it's too late.
That's too late.
You've got him pinned. He's a left-handed dribbler.
Yeah.
You can't let him turn the corner. Ocho's like, if my job is to set the edge, I've got to set the edge, which means I got to keep my outside arm free.
Yeah. Yeah.
As long as I set the edge and I turn it back inside, if he goes for 100 yards, so be it. I've done my job.
Yeah. That's not
the one thing Oubre Jr. couldn't do if he couldn't allow him to turn the edge. He's got to send him back to his help because here come Batum. Once Batum comes, now he's out of position on Hart. Once Brunson, he turns the corner, he swings the ball, Josh Hart. I'm willing to live with that because that's not Jalen Brunson. I can't let Brunson beat me. Anybody else, because you see they fake Tyrese Maxey was about to come. And Hart was going to throw it to DiVincenzo. He said, nah, I'm gonna take, I'm not letting Devo do it. You take it. And to his credit, he took the shot. The moment is not too big for him, and he made it. Yeah. But that's the difference in winning and losing, ladies and gentlemen, in big games. If you got a responsibility, where's my help? My help is inside. So I can't get beat around the edge.
Right. Hey, DiVincenzo was ball. He was balling. He was 5